Hi, I'm the Multifarious fisherman. This is Seven Fish. I'm in the office. I am back at the hatchery stock lake. We fished it a week ago and we were throwing spinners because it was too windy to throw the fly rod. It's windier today, but we're going to give the fly rod a shot. I don't know if we'll be successful or not. Probably going to fish a different part of the lake. The wind is a much different direction. That may stack the trout up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll give it a shot and see. There are way more people out here today, partly because I think more people know that they're stocked, and partly because it's not in the low 30-degree range today. It's actually pretty, much windier. Pretty darn nice out, so we're gonna give them a shot. Wader's even more important when you're fly fishing because you only get so many casting lanes. When you're out throwing the fly rod and you're fishing from the bank, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of stuff behind you, and as you may know, when you cast a fly rod, the line needs to go as far backwards as it goes forwards. So if you are out throwing with a bunch of trees and bushes and stuff behind you, it's very limiting where you can actually place a cast. If you get in the water, you can throw over your back cast over water, your forward cast over water, and it gives you a much wider range of places you can put a fly. It's pretty handy to be out in waders when you're throwing a fly rod. Handy when you're throwing spinning too, because it gives you some access, but even more important when you're throwing a fly rod. Last week, I told you about a tool that not a lot of people know about, the taco bags, the wader bag system for storing your waders when you're not wearing them, but also a system for getting in and out of your waders. If you haven't seen that, it's actually over here. The other tool that I'd like to talk about is my hat. Now, you guys see me wear this hat all the time because it keeps sun off my ears, keeps sun off the back of my neck, more or less keeps sun off my nose, not entirely. That's why I wear a face mask. For fly fishing, there's an additional reason to wear a hat like this as opposed to the hat I just had on, which is a ball cap. And that is when you're throwing a fly line, especially when it's windy and you're fly fishing, you lay that cast out, the line comes by your head, by your shoulder, and it's possible if you got a crosswind that that line will want to lay up against your head. It starts high, but when the end of it comes, the end is hanging lower. What I want is that line to get pushed away from my ear by this brim. Worst case scenario, I get a little stick in the shoulder. It's not my favorite, but it could be a lot worse. With a ball cap, that line will ride right along your head and it'll go behind your ear. And you're almost guaranteed to get stuck in the actual ear, which, I'm sorry, I'm not into piercings. I don't get them on purpose and I don't want them on accident. All right, that's my tips. Let's go catch a fish. Okay, no chance you're hearing me, but hopefully you saw that. I let her sink down and then slow retrieved it. First cast I made where I let it sink, fish on. That's two. We haven't been here very long at all. Been doing better than I did today with the spinners, but they were pretty freshly stocked that day and it was real cold. I know I got that net, and none of these are really big enough to need it, but that was a feisty fella. You see him jump a couple times there. Same deal, counter down, got it out in a little deeper water, counted it down, and We'll retrieve. I could be doing the same thing with nymphs. I'm doing it with my streamer, but I could be doing the same thing with nymphs. It would be a lot harder to strike detect. When they hit a streamer fly, they tend to smash it, so you got a pretty good idea when you're hooked up. But with a nymph, you're either going to not detect it or they're going to take it real deep. I'm lip hooking all these fish, but they'll take it real deep and you'll end up, you know, killing them, which is fine if you're going to keep them, but I'm not. 3 trout in. That was a little fella I had to move. He wasn't very big. You didn't see the hookup though, because you're pointing the wrong way. Trout number 6, put a nymph on, just fishing real close. Again, like I said, wind, strike detection, a little tough on nymphs, but they're pretty tight to the bank here. It's a real steep bank. I can't wade out very far. Very, very backlit, and I apologize for that. Eight. I'm packing it up. Caught a lot of fish today. I'm the Multifarious fisherman. This 7 fish. We are trying to give you tips to make you dangerous, make you successful on the water, be successful ourselves on the water, teach you stuff, learn stuff ourselves, keep progressing as fishermen and YouTubers. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe if you're liking the content. Come see us for more of it. It does keep you from looking like a goth kid. No offense to the goth kids.